Hello everyone, this is your host Vaibhav. In today's session of Daily Stock, we are going to talk about the financials of a very well-known company, very well-liked company, and I am quite sure that most of you might have tried its beverage drink, the all-known Coke, which is available across the world, across the towns, and of course, not to again say it loudly. I think available on all the seven continents of the world. And how it got here is another story, but how the things are going for the company, that is what we are going to look into in today's session, where we will consider its quarterly earnings for the first quarter of this fiscal year, that is 2024, and along with that, we will also consider its share price trajectory to see if there are emerging opportunities for us to trade and invest. So let us get started by taking a look on the consolidated statement of income for the quarter ended March 29, 2024. If you look at the revenue, its revenues have gone up slightly. There is not much of a change. Its increase in the revenue is of around 3 percentage points. But then, if you consider the nature of the business, even this kind of increase is, of course, something to take seriously because this is a very mature market. In it, there are almost fixed kind of market share, and the revenues don't really change much. There is not much of a and down for the company because there is a FMCG segment, and in it you will only see marginal difference quarter over quarter, even year on year. So this difference, this rise of around 3 percentage point, which we are seeing in the net revenue, net sales, is on account of better pricing mix. It has been able to increase the prices of some of its offerings, some of its products, and that hasn't really negatively impacted the volumes. So there we have these growth source, which is bringing in additional revenue for the company. And even though the revenue has gone up marginally, we don't really have much of a change in the cost of goods sold. The cost of goods sold is on similar footing, and it is slightly less in comparison to last time around. Then when it comes to the selling general and administrative expense, there is increase in that overhead, and other operating charges have also gone up substantially. But this higher operating charges are also being compensated by higher other income and the gains from interest income, interest expense, and equity income. And overall, we have this growth in the net income for the company, which is now reporting the net income of US dollar 3.17 billion from 3.10 billion last time around. So there is the increase of around 70 million in net profit for the company. And if you look at this net income and compare it with the total revenues, you will see that the margin for the Coca-Cola is substantial. It is having the net profit margin of around 30 percentage points. I think it is slightly below 30, but it is near about 30. So we are talking about approximations here, and that's quite an enviable position the company is in. So its business is on the sound footing. It has sort of duopoly along with PepsiCo. These are two beverages giants. It has presence across different segments, and its products are well liked all over the world. So it is not really likely to go anywhere anytime in near future or even in foreseeable future. And if it is able to increase its prices without affecting its volumes much, I think that is going to be a win-win position for the company. Now let's also consider its cash flow statement, the balance sheet. Sorry, I don't know that one. The balance sheet is something which we are not going to be much interested in. We will straight away head to the consolidated statement of cash flows. From the operating activity, it generated more than 500 million. It's 528 million to be precise. That's the jump of around 350 million in comparison to the last year. Out of that, there has not been much of an cash outflow on account of investment activity. Rather, there is cash inflow from the investing activities as well. There was proceeds from disposal of businesses, equity method investment, and non-marketable securities. So that brought in a huge amount of cash for the company, for the shareholders. So on it, there is this increase of the cash pile from the investing activity as well. For the financing activity, there is a cash outflow. No, there is the cash outflow on account of effect of exchange rate change on cash and cash equivalent, and otherwise there is cash inflow only from the financing activity as well. So overall, if you take all these three cash activities, we have net increase in cash and cash equivalents, restricted cash and restricted cash equivalents during the period by US dollar 1.12 billion, and that has pushed its cash pile to US dollar 10.8 billion. This is, I think, more than enough cash on the company's book, which it can utilize to meet any emergency needs as well as any opportunity which might come its way in the wake of business operations. Now, in light of these fabulous earnings, we are going to also consider the opportunities for us to trade and invest, and for that we have to look at its share price trajectory. This is the short-term charting with each candle pair defined at hourly. If you look at these pricing price action over last couple of weeks, couple of months, you will see that it has been a upward ride. It has been a positive bullish momentum for the shareholders of the Coca-Cola. Even after this sharp move on the lower side, it has equally sharply rebounded, and now. Sorry for the interruption. There was a loss of internet connectivity. On account of that, there was slight disruption in the stream. But now, as I see, we are back